Hi everyone, it's Jen from Mindseye, and today is December 22nd, and we're close to Christmas, close to Yule, however you do. So basically, as we identify everything, a little here, a little there, even Kwanzaa and Hanukkah, what you need to do is do a boo. And when you do a boo, do you need to ghost your own family at this point? Because you just can't even do it. You just can't even do it at all. So when I sit here and I said, in reality, some people are going to have a small Christmas, and then some people are actually literally going to have to take flight. It meant that the fire sign are just in such a disarray that you just couldn't even do. It just couldn't even do. So with that being said, we're going to go straight into it. Feel free to leave a comment. So when you have this, the Seven of Pentacles, it really was an offering that's coming in towards this holiday. And there's something about this on how the Middle East, especially Iran, is doing, because you can't even do it, and how they ran, and how to ban, and then the tariffs, and then the gap, and then everything that it's supposed to do to the gap. So when I see this, and it is the Hangman reverse, this is a slow, hard pause that is going to make it, especially when something comes through and it's, there's something that's actually going to make everyone like really cry on really what played out and what was true. Because many of us here on these shows that we do here, you can't even understand why we're like, there's just so something not right at all. So when you sit and you say the Six of Pentacles in reverse, it means there was a deal taken away. And every time we see the news, it really means there's a steal happening. And then I see Teamsters, I'm like, you can't even believe this whatsoever. So when you actually look at this and you say the Four of Cups, it is truly how this like offering on the table goes like this. I can't even make it up on how they actually do it. And it takes away, it's stone apathy right to it. And so when you actually see, ice come through, post a cold moon and post a beaver moon, and there's no play on words whatsoever, that you can't even see the Seven of Cups in reverse. It means leave it. Literally, you can't cry and you can't do anything. You gotta go about your day and continue watching and listening. This one is a little bit harder, this card. It's the Celestial Weaver. And it's really someone who could astral project. It's someone who could actually go into their higher selves naturally. If it's in reverse, this is something unforeseen. This is something that you don't have to dig in or be a psychic or even like someone who is naturally counterintuitive. They're going to look and say, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. So when I see this, the Knight of Wands, it is a pull away, of a takeaway, of a less of a fire start that usually comes in quick with the Knight of Wands. But it's the Knight of Swords that comes rushing in. That's the one that comes in harsh and haste without even thinking. And because it's swords and it's air energy with pentacle energy in winter, it's going to come in harsher and it's going to cut like that. And I don't understand why it keeps doing that. But literally, I see those hand signs all the time. And I'm like, I just don't see it. But this Page of Cups right here says completely, as I'm reiterating, as the energy and the cards keep saying, there's something about a gone of a bone, ni may. Why are we looking at Scotland? Why are all of us all of a sudden watching Outlander? That we have to watch this. There was no transference. There was no transfers. There is no transfer line. There is no transfer numbers. What is this, the hotline? Literally, you have to say it. The Page of Cups is going to be no offer whatsoever. You just have to come in and you just have to do it. That is the chaos that is actually coming through, that they can't even believe it. It's a jump in. Now, as I see this too with the tower in reverse, there's something of when we are doing our cantankerous review that it's a takeaway of something that you can't even. I see this when it's hard. No. So when I see this, the world, when I see the world with the tower, it is chaos. It is a complete full out. With the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, there's no lucky stroke whatsoever. But the Chariot, that's going to come charging in. That's meant to be almost a haste harm. But I don't see the action going on. Now, when I see this and I see the Five of Cups in reverse, I see that it is a lessening of a struggle that is meant for the collective. But the Ten of Wands says it's still a burden. We're still talking about how bad the hurricanes and the tornadoes came through to the storms already. So when we say the Seven of Wands is here, it's a go take it away from me card. That's what that means. Now, the Ten of Pentacles says this. It's in reverse. There is a loss of like a type of inheritance. There's a loss of like land. I don't hear probate. And I don't hear it. And I swear to God, I say this every week. That is how much the cards are still alluding to what's going on. It's so straight out. The Four of Swords is going to be an unrest. And I have noticed it post full moon. There's just this restlessness for days after. The Ace of Wands, it is not the fiery start. There's no fire starter in this new beginning. And like I said, it's supposed to be a smooth transition, and it really isn't. The King of Cups goes this. It's sitting well. It is sitting well. Highly attuned, highly intuitive, and very wise. But this energy is the Empress in reverse. And I don't see female energy that actually came in with this. It is, but it's something. Welcome to whoever is watching. But this female energy that comes through, it really means it's more of like a true energy coming in and coming out. It's really hard to explain, but basically when you look at the principles of physics and chemistry and how nature and how weather actually reacts into how the collective's energy is, when it's the Empress in reverse, it really is opaque. It's soft energy. Six of Swords comes in and says, go for it and take it away. But the Page of Swords goes, don't do it. Don't do it whatsoever. There's no judgment when it comes to. So when you say the Three of Swords, it's going to hurt when you see it. What was true and what was not. So it is a bit of a trickery with the Magician in reverse. It's hard to see that card. But it is a source. It really is a source. You can't even believe it whatsoever. Now, this whole energy is the Nine of Wands. This is something of a go-to, of a come-through, of a go-to-it, to be to it. Now, let's look at the other cards and see what it has to say. All right. Here we go. What else do we need to know? What is coming up? As far as, lament, I hear lament. This is like something that's sadistic. It's finally breaking through. Finally breaking through. It was meant to be a mystery. It's meant to be hidden and concealed. So I don't see it really coming out. So when I do see that ICE really wants to hone in on immigration more than anything else after another kick up, I do see this, the Three of Swords. That is where it really hurts because it is the difficulty coming in. So when I see judgment, I actually see something of a little bit of a liberation, but I don't see it at all coming through, spelled THRU. It is part of a celebration that you will see. But when I see the Nine of Cups, there's no contentment. That is where the inheritance actually comes in. It comes in hard and secure because when I see that Ten of Pentacles, it is securement. The Eight of Cups is a walking away of a type of deceit. It was a type of trickery unbeknownst. Because when I see the Two of Pentacles, you can't even believe it's true. This is more of a monetary balance coming through, but I see more of the pentacle energy, meaning that earth energy is better off this winter. It's going to come through more with contracts, especially with law enforcement, especially with military, especially with legal. And that's not a bad thing right now because it, again, in another deck, the Tower card in reverse, chaos, turbulent and force. It is meant to cause a stir up. So this imbalance, which is temperance in reverse, shows the incompleted cycle of the world in reverse. There's something that wasn't completed or was not completely finished whatsoever. So when you see the Nine of Wands, it is a hypervigilance of a hunker down, as we keep saying in multiple videos, of this new offer that's well manifested with that Page of Pentacles. That it is counterintuitive. Like all of a sudden it's yes, I'll take it. No matter what. So when I see the Five of Swords, I actually see it's kind of like this thing that we keep picking up on. It's almost like a reverse weather pattern that we can't see it coming. It is quite it's really it's not storm, it's stormy, but you can't do. The Fool literally means there was recklessness. When you see the Two of Wands, it was foreseen. Foreseen. Look how she's looking out the window. She was hoping, she was wishing for something to happen. But this was skill, this Eight of Pentacles coming through. Whatever came through. So let's actually look at Sean Combs. Let's look at Daniel Penny again. Let's look at the Middle East and Syria and what else has to come through, especially with ICE wanting to do issues with immigration. I get a count to it. I see a number 4, and then I see a 2-10 delay, and then I see a 3-10 delay to be a don't delay, which is an old Gaelic word of a go to it and just a knock on the door and say, let's go. So when I see the Page of Cups in reverse, it's almost a mixed message. This is going to come through with hard, positive Empress and energy, hard female energy. It's not a female doing it. 5 of Cups. It is disappointing what happened. The devil literally says this. It is a type of liberation, meaning not inhibition, not addictions or crime or anything like that. It's something that you're not supposed to figure out with the Seven of Cups, especially when it comes to, I don't know why I'm hearing Stormy Daniels. I mean, they're just all showing up whatsoever. So the Seven of Wands goes, it is a hard guarding, it's a high guarding. The strength of this actually goes to the highest extent. This is strong what actually comes through, because it's just showing me right now. It's going to go like this in your face, right? In the media, you're going to walk right past and say, what was that on the TV? What just happened? So when I see the Three of Wands, it actually was like on the horizon. And when I see the horizon and I'm actually like seeing myself sit actually on the whole like plateau, and I see the color pink to no orange to the actual black, you're not going to see it with this Queen of Cups in reverse whatsoever. It is during a time of rest. You will see it. The Six of Wands means it's a victory, a victory. The Eight of Wands goes a destabilization, a lack of communication, all forms of communication to cause this new beginning, the Ace of Wands. What is this? So when I actually hear the inauguration through energy, the King of Wands comes through, and it's a type of dishonor. And I see this of this gesture. So when I see that, that's old Ireland coming through of a nosy bout. And a nosy bout comes through when a nosy Rosie comes in and says, you're not to know anything. You're not to NO it. You're not to knock it out. And you're not to know anything about it. So that is what really hurts. We already know. Because when people actually come through and you tell them, no, you can't do that, they get upset and get in your face. So when you see the Eight of Swords, it's a type of healing and hope. Hope. Justice in reverse goes, you're not going to get what you want right away, America, to multiple countries. You're going to see it, though. The Star goes, you can't even believe it. It is what you wished for, but it's not exactly how you envisioned. It is a partnership, multiple on the table, multiple pushed through, multiple email to sent up. It's happened before, the Six of Cups. That's the nostalgia. It's happened before. It's worked before. It's going to cause apathy. It's going to cause disappointment. Look how she's sitting with this Four of Cups. For this whole thing, the Emperor, this shows actual sitting well in leadership. This shows sitting well in all forms. This shows sitting well in a way unknown to be renowned. To the Five of Wands in reverse, meaning a lessening of a struggle. It doesn't matter who it is. At this point, we're all seeing that we need more FEMA. We need more relief. We have issues with Department of Social Services. We have issues with Social Security and other things coming through. So when the Knight of Cups in reverse comes through, you have to say, when you try to go to it, it's a no through. No through. You can't get through. What is this offering? The Six of Pentacles. That actually is an annoyance most days, that you can't do an offering. You can't even do a do, which means a goodbye. So let's actually look at the Animal Spirit Tarot. Because what is true and what is not? earthworm. So basically, what you need to know is this. When you see the earthworm and you actually see how it goes through, when I actually look at the springtime, I actually see the worm on the fish hook and the fishing line and reeling. But reeling, I see a movie. Because when I see the lizard, I actually see something of an impish annoyance. Because when I see the deer in reverse with her, and it's a doe, I see a go to it that's a no. So when I see the buffalo, and I actually put myself in where Yellowstone is, and I'm looking at their eyes and I'm saying, look at everyone's eyes and the way they are. There's something not right. The oyster in reverse goes, there's no pearl, but I do see that you can't even make it up when it actually comes through. There's a type of strike with this cobra to the vulture, unbeknownst. Unbeknownst literally means when I actually see the shark and I'm seeing the waters, watch the migrant patterns, the golden egg, and there's no derogatory term. Somebody's trying to get into my mouth. So when I see this, I actually say, enough was enough. There is something on the table when I'm trying to explain it. It was in mediumship. It was a female, 34 years old. What do you want me to know? Golden egg. So when I see Easter and I see the golden egg, I'm actually seeing Egypt. There's something about Egypt and a golden egg. It's old. It's sulfur-like, but you can't do. And you can't do. The frog actually will sit through. Otter in reverse. Its bases. So when you actually see the tiger, I don't feel like we're meant to know it through these cards, but there's a messenger. This hummingbird, and when we see nightingale, there's a messenger, especially with dragonflies. You gotta watch nature. You gotta watch the animals to understand. Watch your animal's behavior. Let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the poker cards and do some cartomancy and see what is true. Four of Hearts, it's a getting together. The Seven of Clubs, it is a getting together and going about. The Three of Clubs is a getting together and going about to know and documenting. There's a type of documenting. The Joker, it really is like you can't even make it up. A literally pure, nope, just go. And then when you see the Six of Clubs, you go, write it down. Just write it down. Everywhere, every workplace is suddenly writing it down. It makes no sense. To the Jack of Clubs going, I don't think we should. I think we should. Now, with that being said, it used to be a type of cutout. When I see the Five of Diamonds and I'm seeing January and I'm seeing the inauguration, I'm actually seeing something of a known, and it is a type of diamond and it is a type of cutout, but I'm also seeing football and it is a type of a play, but really it's a type of play to the ring. And when I see the ring and I see the diamond and I see the cut, I'm saying, is that princess? Is it round or something else? Because the King of Hearts goes, no, there's a different type of diamond. It's a different type of diamond. So when I see the Four of Clubs, I go and see it. Go take a drive and just go relax, take a day off. So the 5 of Hearts says, no, you can't really see it at all whatsoever. It is a type of club, it is a get together, but really it is the Queen of Spades saying one sits pretty and one sits higher than the other. You'll understand it when you see it in the media. All of a sudden, you're like, you can't even believe who was actually doing it. The 5 of Clubs goes, no, you won't even believe who was running something at all. 5 of Clubs, it was something of a vision that I would actually take like my baseball bat and put it on the table and say, nope, get out of here right now. So the 8 of Diamonds goes, it was legal and it was lawful, and you could actually do that at that point because there was nothing else. So let's actually talk about what's the future of Pro 2A at this point, because we got the stock bumps coming back. Why am I saying stock bump? I can't even get that out. That's literally, seriously, that's literally everyone's faces. Like they're just amping up by that base. So the Jack of Hearts, because this literally is the butt of the joke. It really can't even do this at all. Gosh. So I literally have to say, what did you actually do in 4 to 19 years? What did you do to 14, 19 years? The 9 of Hearts goes, I sat and I ate. Well, you did it well, because this one here literally says the Ace of Clubs goes, you won't even believe it at all. At all. You can't even do. It's a type of club. It's been out there. I'm seeing Ireland. I'm seeing Scotland. I'm seeing Belfast. Why is the Titanic coming in? Why do we keep hearing no steel? Why do we hear derailed? Why do I hear railed? Why do I hear all these things coming through? The 6 of Diamonds says it's like if you take a tube and you cut it, it's like a rubber tube, and you cut it and it's derailed and the water flows through both ends. What do? You literally have to do a do. You literally have to say, goodbye, get out of here right now. That is a sign usually by the universe saying something is coming in. It's like a culvert divert. All right. So with that being said, what else is there to do? What else is there to do? My Lord. Let's look at the Literary Witches Oracle. So a little bit more energy actually came through on a follow-up from the last live. And the last live really talked about there was something that made us all agitated at the end of the week, coming into the weekend, where we couldn't understand why. It all of a sudden, when we had the issues with the school shooting, and then we had the issue with Syria, and then we're having the issues with Teamsters, and that they're kicking up. What else is there to do? What else is there to do? It's known. I keep hearing Edgar Allan Poe. It's a type of like past life haunting. When I see this as a soul. So when we were actually discovering about the Hatfields and McCoys, it was a type of marriage that had happened, and it was happy and it was fine to be married, but something got in between, and it was an individual that we saw in psychic mediumship that had a really dark soul, that really had a gray soul, that really was a type of interest. Like this has happened. So when I'm looking at Teamsters and I'm seeing something like a Hatfield McCoy's, it is something of old. They have seen this and foreseen it, and that's why it shouldn't have been done whatsoever. So when I see the cat, I see what kind of things actually came through. And it's not a bad thing to be bonded. It's not a bad thing to have ties and tethers with other businesses as long as it's legal and lawful and they're both good standing. It's a type of mastery that came through that's really good, of a type of when I do see this, I hate to say it's the type of cut. So when I see the snail and I see the way that the snail is, I see that it actually can't even do anything. It's a come about order. It's a go about order. It's a know about order, a knock it out order. And it is a type of cooking, of a conjuring, of a cook it up, of a cook out to, I don't know why I hear chicken. I hear barbecue. I hear like a sauce. But then I also hear like a nugget of like lolled. I don't know why I hear lolled. It's so old, that word. It's not derogatory. It's not a play on words like LOLD. When I see tree, we were discussing that about how Abraham Lincoln came in through mediumship. He's saying, again, like I hear him, like he's really more way out, really far. He goes, it really was a tree that really messed up everything. So when I see this card and I see identity, it is seen. It's seen immediately. So when I see wings, it's a go pull it apart wings. So when I see the pond, I see a muck. I see a puck. I see a luck. I see a may. It's type of wit and fun. So when I see the hedgehog and I see if someone had an animal and a small animal and they were letting it be loose in the house, you have to say, is it a containment issue? So when I see the rebellion, I don't see the actual rebellion. I actually see it as stand forth. There's something about looking through, especially about Firefly. Excuse me 1 second. Oh, Lord. The dark. There's something still about at night, but I'm hearing NITE. It's a type of fortress. I hear gap. I hear Pennsylvania. Let's look into Pennsylvania. Fort Indiantown gap. Any type of gap. All right. Gold Tarot. I hear a lot of itchy noses. I hear a lot of sneezing. I hear a lot of rubbing of eyes also. Okay, so when I see this, the Chariot is going to come in full force about Pennsylvania. When I see the Page of Swords, it's going to be that cutout we were talking about along the feet. It's going to be a takeaway. That's 10 of Pentacles in reverse. There was no communication about something. Because when I see this, I see this is a type of devil that I can't even explain. So you sit there and you're like, this is kind of a joke. The Ace of Wands says there was no beginning. There was no leeway. There was no window of opportunity. There was no going back on it. The Empress in reverse goes, there was something about nasty, nasty energy, soft female energy, not a female. It was no logic to a type of ending. When I see this Ace of Swords, it's no, it's not true. No, it's not true. This Page of Cups is going to come in and it's going to say, the offer's on the table, but it's done. The King of Pentacles means they will sit strong, whatever is coming through in the next 1 to 3 months. All right, let's do the runes. Usually we do the rooting. Why the rooting? Hear that? There's a type of power. Because they keep saying they take away my power. It's a go through. It's right-o. It's a type of torching. And it's not something that I like. But it is a flip of a fate of a wheel, of a steel, of a spoke, of down the path, of seeing the ball drop to ash. It's still ashing. So when I see this, I actually say what is true and what is not. What is true and what is not. Hidden game. Hidden game. When you see this and you see Othala, you see this game played unbeknownst. It's a type of warrior, and I hear, why was that released? Why was that released? I hear the media say that a lot in the next 1 to 2 weeks in the current date and time. This literally means this one, instinct, intuition of a gathering. So when I'm seeing Christmas and I'm seeing the other holidays come through, it is a type of getting together that is not getting together. It's highly defensive. That's what this one is. This is Tewa. It's a type of gift. It's a tebo. It's a gifting. It's a thank you. Birch, Berkana. Something was born. Something was born. So when I see this and I say, what are you doing? This is joy. I go, what is this? It literally means a type of wealth. It's very hard to understand. As I'm picking up Berkana again, and I'm just like throwing it, I'm just like, this is almost the attitude for the rest of the week of just throw it. Just throw it right on the table. I'll look at it later. Pretty common with the holiday. But let's look it through again, because there's just something about that has to get out. What else has to truly get out? Okay. When I'm seeing it about Starseed Oracle. All right. This is something that you're not for everyone. This is something of this feeling that's coming through for the rest of the week. But I feel like it flips and it changes quickly. There's something about being like homesick. There's something about longing for home, which is pretty natural during the holidays. But when I see this, it's a birthing of creation. It's a tapestry of life. It's an expression where you just can't see it whatsoever. So when I actually see this and I say physical and emotional healing, there's a type of resting also for the rest of the week. Because when I see this and I hear rock bottom, surrender alchemy, this is something about being cracked open, wide open, like a waterfall. It's almost like a codependency of a type of boundary, and that you've got it. You've got it. It is creative accountability. It surely is showing up in your own way. But really, when you say it, the bringing of harmony and balance, it really is a teeter-totter. I can't even believe that just came out. Because when I see it, I see the seesaw and I see the saw. And then I actually have to sit down and I say, do I really have to watch the movie? That is how it's going to be, like on a Tuesday and a Thursday and through like the rest of the week, because you can't even believe it. Like I've been saying, hunker down, just, embrace the winter, just, embrace the void and embrace the womb. I've heard another say that, embrace the womb. I don't know why, because when you actually look within, and you actually say the intuition, you have to go, there's something about this. Something about this. Ley lines. Trust where you're led. Let's talk about ley lines, what they actually are. Because when you see this and you say birth is a portal, I mean, literally, when something new is coming in and you're trying to transition and you're trying to do it well, you can't even do it whatsoever. All right. Let's look at this. What is a ley line? So a ley line is something of an energy. It's an energy laydown. So it's usually horizontal ley lines. And ley lines come in so hard and so fast when it's portal opening and the energy flows through it, but it always stays horizontal on a through and through, usually through the torso. Okay. There is balance. There is the Five of Wands. I feel by the end of the week, everyone is truly sitting like this. Like I said, the end of the week, everyone was going to be sitting like this. And now they're like this. And then they're going to be like this. You can't even make it up. There's no teamwork. There's no complete cycle. You can't do it at all. Absolute massage, and yeah, that's best. That's really all I have to say. I feel like that's all the energy wants us to know. There really is more coming this week, but we just have to let it rest. It really is something not to be known right now. So we'll look through the crystal quartz and call it a night. Everything's at rest. Everything is gone. Everything is dawn. Everything is well. Everything is sell. Everything is a bell. So we'll look through England. We'll look through the dawns. We'll look through the leaders. We'll look through everything to see what exactly is coming on. So with that being said, that's all you need to know. And any questions or concerns, go ahead and leave a like, a comment, a share, an email, and we'll talk to you soon.